Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this holly jolly kind of boho Christmas tumbler using a wave template and some digital paper I found on Creative Fabrica. I'll have a full list of the supplies I'm using in this video down below in the description box, along with all of my social media pages, Facebook group, all of that fun stuff. Okay, I think that's it. I really hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's go! We'll be using a 20-ounce skinny straight tumbler from Craft Haven for this design. I'm going to start by prepping my tumbler, just sanding it down with an 80 grit sanding block. And now what we're going to do is start with our wavy lines template. So I bought this template from Happy Fox. I'll have it linked down below in the description box. And I just cut it out of regular stencil vinyl. You guys know this is my favorite thing to use for things like this. And now I'm going to apply the entire thing to my tumbler. I'm using regular old transfer tape, and we're going to apply this essentially like a pattern vinyl wrap. So I'm taking this transfer tape that has a grid pattern on it, and I'm going to take one of those straight lines from the transfer tape and line it up with the straight edge of my template, just so I can make sure I have some sort of straight line somewhere to help me place this template onto my cup accurately. Once I've got the transfer tape applied to my cup, I'm going to trim down all edges except for the edge that has the excess transfer tape hanging over. We're going to use that little piece as kind of the anchor to hold our template where we want it on our cup. So I'm going to keep the backing on, wrap the template around my cup, make sure that I've got it positioned so that everything lines up. I really want those wavy lines in the middle to obviously line up as seamlessly as possible. And then I'm going to slowly and carefully push the vinyl onto my tumbler, pushing the backing away in the process. I'm using my felt edge squeegee tool like I do for all of my vinyl wraps, and then I'll just carefully remove that transfer tape, and now we are ready to go in with our glitter. So this top portion of the template I'm going to save. We're going to put the digital paper pattern up at the very top, and then the remaining spots we're going to glitter, of course. So for this bottom section, I'm going to do that first. I'm going to base paint it with Skinny Dip by ColorShot, and I'm going to use the spray paint as the adhesive for my glitter. So I'm going to spray paint and then quickly come back inside and apply my glitter to the entire bottom portion of this cup, including the very bottom. And the glitter I'm using here is Barely There by Peachy Olive Glitters. The next section we're going to tackle here is the top of our wavy lines. There are 3 of them. We're going to do the first one here. The glitter we're going to use for this one is Matsy, also from Peachy Olive Glitters. It's a really pretty copper color fine cut. And the base coat we're going to use for this is Terra Cotta acrylic paint. This is Delta Ceramcoat brand. I just get it at Target. And I'm going to mix it with a little bit of the glitter glue from the Crystal Company, and then carefully go in with a tiny little, this is like an eyeshadow brush from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to base coat that and then go in with this glitter to cover up that first wavy line. Next, we're going to do the bottom wave, so the one that's right next to Barely There. So I'm going to remove the stencil vinyl from that area, and I'm going to go in with the exact same base coat mixture, terracotta and the glitter glue. The glitter we're going to use here is a little bit of a different tone, but the base coat will still work the same. So this glitter that I'm using is Frenchie, also from Peachy Olive Glitters. And all the glitters I'm using here, by the way, are all the same size cut. I like to do that for things like this just to help with the flow and kind of uniformity of everything. I feel like sometimes having a random, like extra fine or a random chunky cut in things like this sometimes makes it look a little bit weird, but again, totally personal preference. That's just what I like to do personally. So once I've got Frenchie applied to my cup, I'm going to tap off all of the excess that I can, because this color that we're going to put in the middle for that middle wavy stripe is a white. So I'm going to tip my glitter glue with some white acrylic paint, base coat it very, very carefully. You can see that I switched to a kind of smaller, more precise brush to apply this. I don't want to get any paint anywhere it's not supposed to be. So this glitter that we're going to use here is Opal Majesty, also from Peachy Olive Glitters, and we're just going to put that in the middle. I saved this spot for last because I like to do my lighter colors at the very end, because honestly, if they get into another color, like if they contaminate another color, you can't really tell. It kind of just all blends in together, if that makes sense. So once I'm done glittering, I'm going to remove that top piece of stencil vinyl, and then I'm going to let it dry for 2 hours, all of the glitter. Once it's dry, I'm going to go in and seal it with a mixture of water and the glitter glue. So in this bottle, I have a 50-50 ratio of water and glitter glue. I've been using this lately to seal my glitters, and I find that it helps me do a little bit thinner coats. It goes a little bit further. You're just not using as much of the glue. It kind of just stretches it a little bit. So once I've got my glitter sealed after 2 hours, I'm ready to go in and apply this super cute digital paper template that I found from Creative Fabrica. As you guys know, I am a huge fan of Creative Fabrica. I get a ton of my graphics, SVGs, fonts from here, and because I have an all-access unlimited membership, I can download as many of these things as I want, and I only pay the 1 monthly fee. And because it's Black Friday shopping time, they've got some amazing promotions going on right now. So for the All Access Unlimited membership, which is the one that I have, you can get a full year of membership for only $59 if you do not already have a yearly membership. That comes out to just about $5 a month. And if you already have a yearly All Access membership, you can add an additional year onto that membership for $47 for the year. So it goes down to $3.99 a month if you break it down that way. There are also some other great promotions going on. You get, if you don't want the membership, which I don't know why you wouldn't, but if you didn't, you can save right now up to 90% on like millions of fonts, graphics, SVGs, all of that kind of stuff. If you're interested in taking advantage of this promotional period, you can click the link in the description box below and get in on these really good deals. They are live now on the site, and all of the promotions will end on December 2nd, so take advantage of them while you can. All right, now back to our cup design. So I downloaded this digital pattern from Creative Fabrica, of course, and now I'm bringing it into Canva, and you can see here that I am tiling the pattern so that it repeats, and then I'm just making the image a little bit smaller so that we can have more checkerboard pattern in our template, if that makes sense. So I'm just tiling the pattern. You can do this in Google Docs, you can do it in Word, whatever software you prefer. As you guys know, I am a Canva stan. I use Canva for everything. So I'm doing it in here, and I'm tiling them by 3, and then I'm going to resize my canvas here so that it matches the size of my tumbler or my template dimensions. So I can just kind of size it out, see how I want it to look, what I want the size to be of my pattern. And once I'm happy with that, I'm going to repeat the pattern and then export it as an image in the size of the template. So then I'll go in and print a full sheet almost on my printable vinyl of this pattern. And then when I go into Silhouette Studio, I will basically use the printable vinyl to cut out that top section of our template again so that we have our pattern cut out, if that makes sense. So once I've got the top part of my template cut out of this pattern vinyl, I'm going to trim off all of the edges just so I can place this accurately. I'm going to trim off the top white border and then peel away that bottom portion so that we have our perfectly sized pattern vinyl section for the top of this tumbler. And I'm pretty much going to apply this the exact same way I would a normal pattern vinyl wrap. So I'm going to wrap my vinyl around my cup and then cut away about 1 inch, a little bit, maybe ½ inch of the backing, and then smooth it onto my cup very carefully with my felt edged vinyl scraping tool. Just to make sure that we don't scratch the vinyl, you want to use a felt edge or soft edged scraping tool. You don't want to use the hard plastic side. Especially with printable vinyl, it could scratch your image. So I'm just going to smooth this onto my cup very carefully, and then we will be ready to go into our next step. I'm going to use my cup edging tool from Cami Page Boutique to get rid of a little bit of this excess printable vinyl up from the top rim of my cup. Now typically with like professionally pattern printed vinyl, you could stretch it up over the top rim of your cup and get a really clean line up there. But with this type of printable vinyl, it's not as stretchy as like a professionally printed vinyl, so it's really hard to get a clean finish up there. So I just trimmed off maybe about 1/4 of an inch of that vinyl, and I'm just going to go in with Barely There, the same glitter that we used on the bottom of the cup, and I'm just going to do a little bit of a glitter rim on there. So once that was dry, I went in with a coat of epoxy to seal it all in. I actually did 2 coats of epoxy, each of them was about maybe 15 milliliters. Once the second coat was cured, I did all of the sanding on my cup, and now I'm ready to go in and do all of my vinyl work. So we'll be adding a decal to our tumbler as well as the striping to go around our wavy lines, and we're going to start with that. I'm going to do 2 sets of striping here because I wanted to use both of the vinyl colors that I have for my decal. So starting off here, we're using rose gold textured metallic vinyl. This is from Terra Craft, and I'm just going to apply it to the template the same way you would like a regular vinyl stripe that was straight. This template comes with these outlines already, so really all you have to do is cut them out and apply them. So I'm going to apply these rose gold ones, and then we'll move in and apply our next color. Now the original template doesn't have this like second set of lines in it, but I wanted to add it just because I like to add extra things all the time. So I cut out the same set of stripes twice, and for this second color I'm using the bubble-free mirror chrome vinyl, also from Terra Craft, and I cut it out in this really beautiful like rosy red color, and I'm going to apply this set of striping in the middle of each of those glitter stripes just to give it a little extra something something. Of course you don't have to do this, I just wanted to again use the colors that I'm using in the decal, bring in a little bit more of that kind of rosy mauve color, and spruce this up a little bit. In keeping with this kind of boho retro theme that we've got going for this tumbler, we're going to use a retro boho themed decal. I designed this SVG. It is available on my website, madebymannyandmal.com, under digital downloads, and it says Holly Jolly. So for the offset, we are going to use the rose gold textured metallic vinyl, and I'm going to apply this to the bottom portion of our cup where the waves are the highest, so we have the most room to apply the decal. And once I've got the rose gold down, I'm going to go in with this really pretty rosy red color, the same colors that we use in our striping, and of course you already know I'm going to cut it into little pieces to make it easier to apply to the offset. I like doing this because it just helps me line things up better. Of course you can apply everything in one piece if you're feeling lucky. After my vinyl was applied, I did seal it with a coat of the glitter glue, and once that was dry, I went in with my final coats of epoxy. So this one does need one more final coat just to make sure it's totally perfect, but here is the final result. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tumbler tutorial. If you did, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button down below, and if you're not already subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well so you don't miss any of my new videos. I upload brand new tumbler tutorials every Tuesday and Saturday. Also, don't forget to head to Creative Fabrica to take advantage of their Black Friday promotions. Again, you can get a yearly all-access unlimited membership for just $59 for the year, which is $5 a month, which is very discounted from their original price. Again, I'll have everything linked down below in the description box for you. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I am so thankful for each and every one of you, and I'm just so grateful that you guys are here watching my videos every week. So I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, love you. Bye.